Father, please take me higher and think in revelation and
You have
spiritual.
tuned in, and we are in our special Hebrew History Month, which our under shepherd, who is waiting on the resurrection, renamed it in 2015, Hebrew History, actually 2016, and because it's talking about Israel, who are Yahweh's people, and they are people of color. So we're going to pick it up in Revelation, the first chapter. And this Hebrew History Month, we have Brother Yahshua, who is teaching on Israel, my people. And then Yahweh has me teaching on, and Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground. So Yahweh has us working like, we're not husband and wife, but we're brother and sister. Like the man and the woman are supposed to be working together, because we're all on the same side.
Yes.
To let people know what Yahweh said in the Bible. So we're going to pick it up in Revelation, the first chapter. And my sister will be reading off camera, Sister Zahara Darak, because she is a meek and humble person, and that's to be admired. So we are going to read Revelation 1. Let's read verse 14, please.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Revelation 1 and 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And we read this on the last show, but Yahweh said for us to notice, it says his head and his hairs.
Hairs.
So it's talking about the hair on his head, not his head. Don't picture him with a white face, because Yahshua was not a Caucasian. He was not a Japhethite. He was a Hebrew, a Shemite Hebrew. And Yahweh is showing us from this series that these are people of color, and
Yes.
they still are. They
Yes.
were and they are.
Yes. Y'all right.
It says his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes as a flame of fire. And we had looked up this English word hairs in the Greek, and it's the Greek word thrix. That's T-H-R-I-X. And it's found at Strong's Greek number 2359, meaning hair. It says to compare the Greek word comb, or kome, that's K-O-M-E, found at Strong's Greek number 2864. That means the hair of the head. It means locks.
Okay.
So that identifies it.
Right. That
You
ends
see
it.
some Caucasians with locks, but where'd they get them from? They got them from black folks.
Y'all right.
Locks as ornamental, and thus differing from this 2359, which properly denotes merely hair. But Yahweh let us know Yeshua's hair, so he had
Hairs.
hair on his head, which
Right,
was
right.
like wool. And we had looked at, it was pure wool, which means it's the tightest, as they say in this world, nappy hair, because they try to make it negative.
Right,
But
right.
it's the tightest grade of hair that you can have, tight woolly hair. And he had a beard.
Yes.
Said the hairs of his head. So a beard is on your head.
Right, right.
And that's why he gave Israel men the commandment to have beards.
Y'all right.
Because that's how he
so
made
them
them.
can know. That's right.
To have beards
In his
once
image.
they grow up to a certain point. So now we going to read a little bit about shaving. Let's go to Genesis, the 41st chapter. So now Yahshua's head and his hairs were white like wool, meaning not only his head hairs, but his face hairs.
Okay.
Yahshua has a beard.
Yes, he does.
The criminologist reconstructor on National Geographic's video In Search of Adam, those of you that were here that saw that, he put a beard on Scientific Adam. First off, he showed that Scientific Adam was black.
Yes.
And he put a beard on him.
Okay.
Okay, why did he do that? Because Adam, or Adam, the first man, was made in the image of Yahweh and Yahshua, and they both have beards.
Okay.
Now, you ever wonder why men started shaving their faces and their heads? Because now you have people that they'll just shave.
Right.
You got women to shave their underarms and shave different places. Men shave their faces, they'll shave their heads. Now, where did that come from? it's another one of those Egyptian things.
Okay. Y'all right, Ra.
Practice of Babylon. And people get up every day and they'll do this. And you got some women that'll pluck the hairs out of their eyebrows. This all came from the Egyptians.
Y'all right, Ra. So
Let me read this from The History of Shaving by Modern Gent. It was the early Egyptian men and women who really established shaving and hair removal as a regular part of daily grooming. Just like the people that pencil their eyes with the mascara and stuff, that came from the Egyptians too.
Right.
Why? Because they had the cat as a deity. And so they liked that look. And then you see some people that have that thing coming up, women up on the corner of their eyes.
Okay.
They're just following this Egyptian practice. And they were trying to make themselves look like cats. The Egyptians had an almost unhealthy personal obsession with body hygiene. The Egyptians bathed several times a day and set cleanliness above seemliness. In Egypt, now here's where it goes into religious significance. Priests believed that body hair was shameful and unclean. Now if Yahweh put it on you. But again, this is man.
Right.
Another instance of him trying to be smarter than Yahweh and trying to say, well, this is a better way to do it than Yahweh. Wild animals, they said, and barbarians had hair, not the sophisticated and advanced Egyptian civilizations. Now, we're in Bereshit, the Genesis 41st chapter. So now we're going to see, this is Yosef, and he was a Shemite Hebrew, but he was called to go to Pharaoh's court. And again, in Pharaoh's court, they believed in shaving everything. So now, he did this to properly go before Pharaoh's court. He was in the land of his captivity. But now, don't say because you're in the land of your captivity, in North America or the Caribbean, then you got to do this. No, Yosef was literally a slave in prison.
Okay.
All right? Genesis 41, and let's read verse 14. Now you're going to see this man that understood, Yahweh said he's supposed to have a beard, but to go before these Egyptians who valued this,
Okay.
and to be approved of them, see sometimes we have to use wisdom about what we're doing. And again, this is a pretty much free country, so don't come with the excuse.
Right. No, there's
Okay,
none.
see, I can shave, but no, you're just disobeying what Yahweh said. All right?
Tell like it is.
41, let's read verse 14, please.
Genesis 41 and 14.
Yeah.
Then Pharaoh sent and called Yosef, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh.
All right, so he put on some Egyptian clothes, and he also shaved himself. So if he shaved himself, what did he have in prison? A beard.
Okay. Right.
Right? He wouldn't have been shaven if he didn't have a beard. Why? Because Yahweh made man in his image, and he's from this particular tribe of men that Yahweh made, Adam, be the progenitor of, and so he was looking just like them because they looked like Yahweh and Yahshua.
That's right.
Let's continue with this, the history of shaving. Egyptian royalties' personal care items found during archaeological tomb excavations have thrown up such items as razors, manicure tools. This is for all these people going to.
Right.
They got a whole industry now.
Pedicure.
You go get your hands done and you get your feet done. Right? You'll get your eyebrows done. Then women have stuff up here to get their lip done. I mean, it's they call it electrolysis if they have hair anywhere else.
Okay.
That they want to be removed, right, or waxed. Okay, they found razors, manicure tools, and other cosmetic implements made of jewel-encrusted gold. So this is what the aristocracy did in Mizraim. And then subconsciously in our mind, we're thinking, oh, this is what the aristocracy does. Just like They tell you that if you're an aristocrat, then you should be eating crab and lobster and shrimp. And we bought that for a while before we knew what Yahweh said.
Praise to mighty Yah.
Excavations have uncovered works of Egyptian art that show in detail that only peasants, slaves, mercenaries, criminals, plunderers, and barbarians were hairy-faced.
Okay.
And you have people believing that today, but they don't understand what it means.
Okay.
They actually believe it's barbaric for a man to have hair on his face, that Yahweh put it on there. They think something's wrong with the man. And then you have some women who don't know, and they'll say, oh, well, get rid of that beard. Oh,
Right, yeah.
husband and wife, get rid of that beard. I don't like it. But when you understand what Yahweh said,
Praise to mighty Yah.
now personally, I love a man with a beard. Why? Because I know what Yahweh said. And
That's
I know
right.
that's a man of Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
And if Yahweh should say that I should remarry, I'm not thinking about it now, then I'm not looking for nobody that's shaven, don't have hair on their face, because then I understand they don't even understand basic
right.
principles
That
about
right.
who they are as a man of Yahweh.
That right.
All right? Egyptian men thought that wearing facial hair was a sign of personal neglect. Egyptians who could afford to normally kept a barber on their household staff.
Wow.
In Mesopotamia, now this is what people call the beginning of civilization, and this was a group where all black people were. They call it the cradle of civilization.
That's right. Y'all right,
Mesopotamia, barbers were held in the highest regard by society,
Wow.
like a doctor or a dignitary. So now you're talking about Mizraim, black folks being the foundation of civilization.
Okay.
All right. It says each town had a street or an area where a number of barbershops could be found. Now, this is Howard Street. Count how many barbershops and beauty shops you see.
Right.
Go over anywhere where there's a group of black folks
Okay.
and count how many barbershops and beauty shops you see, and churches.
Okay.
Yahweh is identifying us.
Yes.
I think there's 3 in this block alone on this side of the street. And you got maybe 3 or 4 on the
Yep,
other side.
yep.
Just one block.
Yep. Praise to mighty Yah.
Each town had a street or an area where a number of barbershops could be found. These barbers took great care of the general public by shaving their clients daily with razors and pumice stones, then massaging perfumed oil and lotions into their skin.
Okay.
They do that now.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Hallelujah.
The evidence we see on ancient wall murals proves that some Egyptians did have hair on their faces. Even with their obsession for personal cleanliness, they also thought that a beard was a sign of a real man. Where did they
Praise
get that
the
from?
mighty Yah.
Yahweh and us, the slaves that were in Mizraim, our forefathers, that had beards,
Okay.
that weren't Egyptians, that weren't following after the tradition of the Egyptians. They thought that a beard was a sign of a real man of masculinity and dignity since the beginning of time, and that it could give a man status. It does, unless you know who your creator is.
Hallelujah.
On certain occasions, therefore, the heads of Egypt wore artificial beards.
Yeah.
Now you see those pictures of Tutankhamun, and you see the pictures that we have here in front.
Praise Yahweh.
Now how crazy is that? You shave off
I
your
know,
beard,
right?
you shave off your hair, then you strap on a fake beard, and then you put a headdress on to replace what you took off. On certain occasions, the heads of Egypt wore artificial beards which they strapped on with a string that fastened beneath their chins. Men, women, and even the children of ancient Egypt all shaved their heads bald and wore elaborate, specially made wigs. So now they're putting the wig after they shaved their head bald, which were preferred over a natural head of hair for ultimate protection from the sun's harmful solar rays. These wigs were made of natural or artificial hair and were strategically designed to keep the head cool. All right?
Wow.
So, you see where it comes from.
Right.
All right, let's go to Leviticus, the 21st chapter.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And then it talks about how the Goey got into tweezing the hair off of your eyebrows and all this other stuff. So they, you know, they say they quote unquote improved on what the Egyptians did, but that's not an improvement.
No, it's not.
When you have to go through all that. And I tried plucking a couple of my eyebrows, and I said, ooh, this hurts. Let me stop, I'm not doing this. It's like, there's something wrong with this.
I know, right?
No, I don't. And then somebody told me, no, see what you do is you just go through the pain. I said, well, I'm not doing it once and it's done. You have to do that, I said, because they grow back. How often do I have to do this? I said, no, oh no, you know what, that's not for me. Yahweh blessed me with some eyebrows that look normal. I'll brush them with the toothbrush. It's like I'm not, you know. I can't be involved in that much maintenance.
All right. Painful.
All right,
maintenance.
Leviticus 21, going to read one verse, verse 5. Now this is
Hallelujah.
Yahweh talking to his people.
Hallelujah.
All right, and the title of the lesson is, and Yahweh formed Adam from the dust of the ground. So we are descendants of Adam. Everybody is a descendant of Adam.
Yes, we are.
But Yahweh chose a righteous lineage, which he called the Shemites,
Okay.
from Noah's son Shem. And so we're part of that righteous lineage. All right, so now he's talking really to mankind in general, but he's really talking to us.
Yes.
Because most people don't read the Bible. Leviticus 21 and verse 5.
Leviticus 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Now you have modified versions of all kind of beards. Why? Because we as Shemites are very creative.
Yes, yes.
So then you have some, they'll have a beard, but they get this little thin line down here. And then you have some, they'll make the little thin line, you know, on the beard, so there's just a strip down there. And then you have some in the 60s, like Shaft, where they had like a wide line, and then this was clean, and this was clean, and they would have a mustache. So see, Shemites are very creative. So now you see this wide variety out here in the world. Why? Because everybody is copying us.
Crazy.
Whether we're doing good or bad, everybody's copying us.
That's right.
Because subconsciously they know we're the ones to be imitated.
Praise the
So
mighty
you have
God.
people with the baggy pants walking around in all different ethnic groups.
Right,
Why?
right.
Because they're copying Shem,
Hallelujah.
doing something negative.
Right.
So Yahweh is saying, don't make any baldness upon your head. You had one brother that did it, and he happened to be a public figure. And now, you see a whole lot of people
Right.
bald in their head. So if you just got the top going and the sides, put you on a migbah. Okay?
Right.
You put Yahweh's name on the front and do something to where your head is like it's supposed to be. And then you won't have to be concerned about that bald spot.
Okay.
He said, don't make any baldness upon your head. Don't shave off the corner of your beard. Nor make any cuttings in your flesh. Now this doesn't mean to manicure it and maintain it. But don't have these different styles that they have out where they're shaping the beard to be a certain way. No, you just keep it neat
Right.
and have it be the shape that it's supposed to be. Like he said, when you have locks, people have locks. He said, don't let them be all, you know, wild and raggedy. He said, pole them. In other words, keep them manicured.
Right.
They grow to a certain point, then you're supposed to cut them once a year. Okay? Let's go to 2 Samuel, the 10th chapter.
Praise the mighty God.
And he said, don't make any cuttings in your flesh. So for these people that, you know, a tattoo is a cutting in your flesh.
Okay, y'all right.
Some people say, okay, you know what, I'm going to cut Yahweh's name in my flesh. Yahweh said, don't do that.
That's right.
He said, let your name be in your pay, in your ruach,
Right.
in you. You don't put it in your flesh. Or get you a necklace and have Yahweh's name on it. You don't put it into your flesh.
Y'all right, brother.
2 Samuel, the
So
10th
lambs
chapter. 2 Samuel 10. And we're going to start at verse 4. 2
Praise
Samuel
Yahweh.
10. And now here's some people that knew these were righteous men and they were following Yahweh's custom. And they deliberately did this to embarrass them.
Right.
But you have people out here that are in ignorance. They're not embarrassed that their face is clean shaven.
No, they don't know nothing.
They don't know. They're just following after tradition.
That's it.
2 Samuel 10 verse 4.
2 Samuel 10, verse 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away.
All right, verse 4 says, wherefore Hanan, this is the king that Dawid sent his servants to, make peace with after his father passed. It says, Hanan took Dawid, Ebed's servants, and shaved off the one half of their beards. So you have people out here today purposely shaving off one half or just have a strip. But that was a great embarrassment.
Right.
Because they understood the beard is not just a physical thing.
Right.
It was representing who they were as Yahweh's people.
That's right.
Verse 5.
Verse 5. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return.
So it said, when they told it unto Dawid, he sent some people to meet them. And it said he gave them changes of clothes, but even though the clothes was cut off to the buttock, you see what they were greatly ashamed about.
Right, the beard.
They were greatly ashamed about the beard. Dawid he sent to meet them, because Ha-Adam, or the men, were greatly ashamed, and Ha-Melech, or the king of Mar, said, tarry or stay at Jericho until what? Your beards be grown.
Right.
And then return. Ezekiel 44.
Praise
Or
the
Yechezkel
mighty
44. So Yahweh is bringing us back. I mean,
Yes, He is.
we've been up under this Babylonian system. We didn't know. And then you have some jobs that want to give you a dress code
Oh, yeah.
and tell you, okay, you can't do this or you can't wear this or that. And Yahweh bless the temple as we do every now and then. When the Kadeshim need it, then Yahweh has us write a letter from the temple to substantiate and give people scriptures about why they're entitled to wear their headgear, or they're entitled to wear certain necklaces or whatever as their right under the Constitution. And so we were blessed to have that opportunity.
Praise the
Because
mighty Yah.
there's now a sister where she wants to wear her head covering at her place of worship, and that's an honor. This is a young woman.
Hallelujah.
And she asked us to write the letter, like we write the letters for people to take off the holy days and different things. It's like, yeah, Yahweh told us to stand up for people and let them know.
Hallelujah. That's right.
And then at the same time, she said that there were some other people that had headgear on, like these impersonators from the Middle East. Nothing's being said to them, but because they figure she's supposed to be spiritually dead, because our ancestors were brought over here as slaves, then we shouldn't be wanting to wear, anything different.
Right.
But they try to do it to the men too and say, no, you can't have a beard or this, that, and the other. So again, when we know, then we can stand up and
Yes. Praise be to the
stand
mighty
up for
Yah.
Yahweh, and Yahweh
That's
always
it.
makes it be right.
Yes, He does. Praise Him.
Okay, Ezekiel 44, and let's start at verse 18.
Praise
Ezekiel
the mighty
44, and read verse 18, please.
Chapter 44 and 18. They shall have linen bonnets upon their heads, and shall have linen breeches upon their loins. They shall not gird themselves with anything that causeth sweat.
All right, now this is talking about Israel, and Yahweh said Yahshua came and he's made us Kohen or priests,
Yep.
and Melech or kings,
Right.
so it's talking about us.
Yes.
It says they shall have linen bonnets upon their heads, and shall have linen breeches upon their loins. They shall not gird themselves with anything that causes sweat. Verse 19.
And when they go forth into the utter court, even into the utter court to the people, they shall put off their garments wherein they ministered, and lay them in the holy chambers. And they shall put on other garments, and they shall not sanctify the people with their garments.
Okay.
See, so Yahweh, me and sister were just talking about this yesterday, about how we're supposed to have different garments for different things that we're doing. When we're ministering to Yahweh, then Yahweh is saying, when they go forth into the utter court, even to the utter court to Ha'am, or the people, when they go back to the people, but while they're ministering to Yahweh, they're supposed to have on certain garments.
Okay.
Men and women.
Yep.
And it says, they shall put off their garments wherein they ministered, and lay them in Hakadesh, or the holy chambers. and they shall put on other garments to mingle among the people with.
Okay.
And they shall not sanctify Ha'am or the people with their garments, the garments that were set aside. We were talking about how as children, our parents raised us, you have a certain set of clothes that you go to school and you go out in. But when you come home, you put off those clothes, you take off those shoes, and you put on your play clothes. Right? Those clothes that are a little more beat up. But you don't just be wearing your clothes out and, you know, and you still got to go to school and all that. No, you take those off and you put on your play clothes. Well, that's where we got it from.
Okay.
All right, verse 20.
Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long. They shall only poll their heads.
So here it is right there.
Right.
Have locks, but he said, don't shave your head. Now, unless he gave you some conditions, if you have a vow or something to Yahweh, that's between you and Yahweh, then that's something special that you do. But he said, ordinarily, don't shave your head, nor suffer your locks to grow long. You shall only poll your head. So go back into Hebrew and look and see what that word means. Poll means that you're supposed to cut them. And David's son Absalom, he cut his once a year. Right. But all it's saying is just do all things decently and in order. Yahweh saying have your locks, but now you groom yourself. Okay? Go to Revelation, the 2nd chapter. So National Geographic's In Search of Adam video showed us from DNA testing that the Y chromosome of men shows that all men came from the first man, Adam. And again, they showed us a picture of scientific Adam. He was a black man with a beard. He wasn't just a light-skinned black man. He was a black man with a beard. All right? Now, all men came from the first man, Adam, who was made in the image of Elohim.
Yes.
And Adam was black, so Elohim is black.
Okay.
Revelation 2. And let's read verse 18. Revelation 2.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And verse 18. And we had a visitor here last Shabbat. And he saw this picture up here. Is it down here?
Yeah.
And he told me, yeah, see, you got a picture of Jesus. I said, no, then it might be a picture of Jesus, but it's not a picture of Yahshua.
Okay.
And then, you know, we told him, brother, you read the Bible just like we do. How are you going to say this is Michelangelo's version? This is not the description that Yahweh gave in the Bible.
No, it's not.
But it was just like, that's what, not only he, because he's a Caucasian, but everybody was taught. This is what he looked like. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
That's not what Yahweh said. And that's a lie that you all want to perpetrate. But Yahweh said, look, he's about truth. So stop that lying.
That's it.
We're not profiling. Or I say we are profiling. We're profiling truth.
That's it.
And this is part of the truth.
Yes, it is. Praise the mighty Yah.
And that's why people are so down on people of color. Why? Because they know that they look like Yahweh, whereas they don't.
Right.
Well, if you're smart, what that would do is, okay, you know what? Let me embrace these people.
Right.
You know, let me be happy about that instead of trying to beat them down. You're not going to change what Yahweh looks like by putting this picture out. You're not going to change anything about the truth. You're just going to make it hard on yourself. Revelation 2, let's read verse 18, please. These are talking about Yahshua. All right, 2 and 18.
Revelation 2 and 18. And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira, write, these things say the Son of Elohim, who hath his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass.
So now, Yahweh showed us in the other shows that the Father and the Son look alike. Matter of fact, we went where it said that the Son is the express image of the Father. In other words, you see naturally some fathers and sons, and as the son grows older, you can put him right next to each other like, that's got to be your son. He looked just like you.
Right.
Well, this is the principle, because everything started in Shemaiah.
Yes,
everything started up there.
Right.
And there's just been a duplication of the principles that Shemaiah operates by, brought down here.
Hallelujah.
So it says, unto Hamelech, or the angel of the church in Thyatira, write, these things are or saith, Haban, or the son of Elohim, who hath his eyes like a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. So that's brown. Again, look back here at the brass vases that we have up here. And then not only says it's like fine brass, but as if it burned in a furnace. Burnt brass.
Right.
So that shouldn't make anybody upset because it's written here for us to rejoice. And the
Hallelujah.
people of color are rejoicing because you have the Japhethites who have colonized pretty much the whole world now.
Yes.
And they want to have their foot on your neck and say, hey, if you're black, get back. Like we used to say when we were in ignorance, if you're brown, hang around. If you're yellow, you're mellow. In other words, as you got closer to being Caucasian, then you were supposed to be better. Well, we were brainwashed and stuff.
That's right. Y'all right.
Those days are over.
Amen.
Right. Praise
James
the
Brown
mighty
said, say it loud,
Praise the
right?
mighty Yah.
I'm black and I'm brown.
That's it.
And black includes the whole range of colors.
Yes, it does.
There's no longer a day when I'm going to tell you, oh, hey, see, I'm high yellow and I'm this. I remember somebody asked me, yeah, you know, you look like you mixed with something. You
I know, right?
What nationality are you? I said, I'm mixed with the slave master. And she looked all shocked, like, I'm just telling you the truth. I said it nice.
Yep.
But see, you're not supposed
Praise
to say that.
Yahweh.
You're supposed to embrace the white part of you. No, my dad was a Shemite. So he had blue eyes. So what?
Right.
His father was a Shemite. Now the slave master was in there somewhere. But Yahweh showed me, praise Yahweh, that it don't matter how dark I am, unlike some of Israel trying to say, oh, you know, you're not black enough.
I know, right?
Yahweh didn't say that.
No, it didn't.
Just go by what Yahweh says. All right?
Amen.
Okay, go to Luke, the 3rd chapter. So Yahshua came through the same earthly lineage of scientific Adam. So he looked like scientific Adam, and so did his people on
Uh-huh.
Luke, the 3rd chapter. We're looking at Yahshua's genealogy. He just said he had feet like brass. Go to Revelation, the 1st chapter, and read where it talks about it burning in a furnace. And again, throw out of your mind, because you've been whitewashed and brainwashed. His feet was black, but then his face was white. Throw that out.
I know, right?
Like you saw Cecil B. DeMille had Yul Brynner play Pharaoh. Throw that out. Yul Brynner had a bald head, but he was not Pharaoh. Look at these Egyptians down here, the real ones.
Praise the
They
mighty
have
Yah.
finally started publishing and letting us know about why, because these are the last days.
Right, right.
It's time for us to wake up.
Hallelujah.
Luke 3, let's read verse 23. We're looking at
Yahweh.
Yahshua's lineage. He came from the lineage of scientific Adam, so he looked just like scientific Adam. 3 and 23 reads.
3 and 23. And Yahshua himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, the son of Yahshua, which was the son of Heli,
24.
which was the son of Mathat, which was the son of Levi, which was the son of Melchi, which was the son of Janah, which was the son of Yosef.
All right, so it says, and Yahshua himself, he's giving you the genealogy. Now
Okay.
these are Shemite Hebrews, black folks.
Okay.
Began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed, Haban, the son of Yosef, which was the son of Heli. Now, the seed that implanted Miriam was from Ruach HaKodesh.
Right, right. Y'all right.
Miriam was a black woman,
Okay.
a Shemite Hebrew, of the tribe of Yehuda, just like her husband Yosef. Said, which was the Haban of Mathat, or the son of Mathat, which was Haban of the son of Lewi or Levi, which was Haban of the son of Melchi, which was Haban of the son of Yana, which was Haban of the son of Yosef. All right? Adam was the son of Elohim, and Yahshua was the son of Elohim. They look like brothers from the same family. Skip
Okay.
down to verse 36. They were brothers in the same family. Verse 36, and it reads,
Verse 36, which was the son of Canaan, which was the son of Arphaxad, which was the son of Sem, which was the son of Noah, which was the son of Lamech.
now, these Greeks, they try to throw you off the track, and that's why some people, not understanding, they say, well, you know that New Testament, throw that out, because that doesn't really agree. So you're reading about the same people
Right,
that
right.
Yahweh's talking about in the Old Testament, except the Greeks were fond of exchanging different letters for
Yeah.
different words, and they like replacing an H with an S and just taking off the ending of words and making them be different. So which was Haban of Canaan, which was Haban of Arphaxad, which was Haban of Shem. So see, they took the H out.
Right,
That's
right.
what the Greeks like to do. They like to take the H out. Shem, which was Haban of Noah.
That's right.
Noach.
That's right.
That's Noah. So they mess with the ending of words. You're talking about the same people in Bereshit
Yes.
and Genesis.
Yahweh,
over here.
tell it like it is.
All right, which was Haban of Lamech. All right,
Okay.
37.
which was the son of Methuselah, which was the son of Enoch, which was the son of Jared, which was the son of Layil, which was the son of Canaan,
38.
which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of Elohim.
Praise
All
the
the way
mighty
back.
Yah. Praise the
Yahshua was
mighty
the son
Yah.
of Elohim. Adam was the son of Elohim. They look like brothers. So it's not complicated. It's so simple. Sometimes people want to complicate it. Let's go
Yeah.
to Matthew, or Matthew's the 16th chapter.
Hallelujah.
So when Yahshua came as a man on earth, he was part of Adam's family.
Okay.
So he looked like Adam. When Yahshua was on earth, people thought he was one of the Shemite prophets in the same family.
Yes, they did.
Family looks alike.
Yes, we do.
And then in Shemite families, you can have a range of colors.
Yes, that's what y'all call them
I even
speckled.
have a friend where his parents had 4 children, and he and the baby sister were both with the lacking of the pigmentation. The
Okay.
world calls them albinos,
Yeah.
but Yahweh just called them Japhethites. That's what they look like. The only difference was their hair was woolly. They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
blonde hair, and they had the minimal pigmentation that Japhethites have. Like some people say they're white, they're not white.
No, they
You
not.
can look at people with a white shirt, look at a paper that's white, they're not
Yeah,
white. They
that's
have
right.
minimal color. Yahweh put color in everything. All right, we're in Matthew 16. Let's start at verse 13.
Hallelujah.
Matthew 16 and verse 13. We're looking at where people on earth thought Yahshua looked like one of the black Shemite prophets.
Right.
13, read, 16, 13.
When Yeshua came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?"
All right, when Yeshua came into this certain place, he asked his disciples tomorrow, saying, "Whom do Adam or men tomorrow or say that I, Haban of Adam, or the Son of Man, who are they saying I am?" 14, what they say?
And they said, "Some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets."
All right, or one of them. So in other words, the prophets looked alike too.
Right.
Black men.
Okay.
And they Amara said, some Amara said that you're Yachanan the Baptist. Some Eliyahu or Elijah. And others Jeremiah or Jeremiah. So in other words, they were all part of the same family.
Right.
They said, "Oh no, you look like that brother, that brother, that
Right.
brother." All right, or one of the prophets. Just threw them all in there. So in other words, all the prophets were black men.
Hallelujah.
They looked like Yahweh.
Praise the
15
mighty Yah.
and Yahshua. 15.
He saith unto them, "But whom say ye that I am?"
All right, so he wanted them to delve deeper. It's like, don't just be looking at surface, because Yahweh said all Israel is not Israel.
Okay, that's
Just
right.
because we're natural Israel,
Right.
that's not what's going to get us in the kingdom.
No,
That's not what Yahweh's looking for. He's looking for us to convert and become spiritual.
that's it. Y'all right.
Go to Mark, the 8th chapter, so we can see another witness that said, yeah, this conversation took place. And people did say Yahshua, who was from that family, looked just like one of the prophets. And people thought he was. 8, and let's read verse 27 and 28. Mark
Praise the
8
mighty Yah.
and verse 27.
And Yeshua went out and his disciples and into the town of Caesarea Philippi. And by the way he asked his disciples, saying unto them, "Whom do men say that I am?"
Exact same question. 28.
And they answered, "John the Baptist, but some say Elijah, and others one of the prophets.
So the same thing. Here's two different brothers telling
Right.
you this. He's saying Nehemiah answered Yachanan the Baptist, but some Amar say Eliyahu, and others one of Hanabi, or the prophets.
Okay.
Black Shemite prophets of the nation of Israel. Alright, so he said, okay, well he looked like Jeremiah. He looked like Jeremiah. What Jeremiah say he looked like? Let's go to Jeremiah the 8th chapter.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And again, these people are in a family. That's
Yes,
why they
we
look
are.
like each other. Jeremiah the 8th chapter. You say, okay, Yahshua, they say you look like Jeremiah, one of the prophets. What
Okay.
Jeremiah look like? 8 and verse 21.
Hallelujah.
Jeremiah 8 and verse 21 reads,
For the hurt of the daughter of my people and my hurt, I am black.
oh,
Huh.
yes.
Astonishment had taken hold on me.
Now, people want to try to see, no, he mean he's astonished. You've seen people, and they say, you know, I'm astonished. Did they turn black?
No.
No, they didn't. He said, for the hurt of Habath, or the daughter of my or people, am I hurt? I'm hurting to see what my people go through.
Right.
We're hurting to see what our people
Right.
are going through.
Right.
Why? Because our ancestors' heads were hard.
Uh-huh.
And even nowadays, our people's heads are hard.
Yes, they are.
And you just, hear about them just getting picked off. Why? Because they're under a curse. Because Yahweh declared war against them until they come back to Him.
Yah Rah Saddam's Canot.
He said, I am black. This is Kadar. That's Q-A-D-A-R. Kadar. It's found at Strong's number 6037. See, you got to go away from the English because people tell you, well, that don't really mean, he was black in color. That's a lie. Strong 6037, Kadar, is a primitive root meaning to be ashy, dark colored, by implication, to be mourning in sackcloth, to be black or blackish, to be or make dark.
Okay.
Go to Lamentations, the 5th chapter.
Praise the mighty
So
Yah.
that's for those people that say, when you see in English in the Bible, this one word, it can only be that one word. Yahweh wants you to know exactly
Right.
what it could have been and should have been. But he meant, I'm black. I'm a black man. And they said, Yahshua, hey, he could be Jeremiah. Lamentation 5 and verse 10.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And it reads. Lamentations 5 and verse 10 reads.
Okay. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine.
Now, you see people starving in different places and they don't turn black. If they
Right.
starving, and that's because the Japhetites is pushing the Hamites to the furthest corner of the island that they can push over in the land of Ham.
Okay.
They already black. They didn't get black because they were starving. It says, our skin was black like an oven, or kamar. And that Hebrew word is K-A-M-A-R, so it's a different word, even though Yahweh said they're black.
Right, right.
It's a different word than the one used for Jeremiah describing himself. This is kamar, K-A-M-A-R, found at Strong's number 3648. It is a primitive root. Remember the one talking about Jeremiah and what he looked like? Is a primitive root. In other words, this is it. This is actually what it means.
Okay.
Sometimes they have Hebrew words where it'll reference you to something else.
Uh-huh.
When you get to the primitive or primary root, say that's the word.
Praise the mighty
That's
Yah.
what it means. This is another primitive root found at Strong's number 3648. It means to, figuratively, to be deeply affected with passion, love, or pity, but it means to be black,
Okay.
to be kindled, like you've been burned in a fire.
Okay.
Go to Amos, the 9th chapter.
Hallelujah.
The Bible records, like Brother Yowm through the Ruach showed us last night, that the Shemite children of Israel are like the Ethiopians.
Yes.
And as the Ruach said through him, Amos the 9th chapter, you got the Japhetites impersonating every race on the earth
Yep.
except the Ethiopians. And Yahweh knew that they would be impersonating them all.
Yes, he
You
did.
got them impersonating Arabians, you got them impersonating Assyrians, you got them impersonating Persians. All these people originally were black.
Y'all right, raw, so damn,
And you even have some of us that don't understand. Talking about, yeah, you know, that Arab, you know, over there on Devon. Ain't nothing but Japhethites over there on
Okay. Okay.
the original Arabs, the original Assyrians, the original Persians, the original Ninevites have all been colonized and replaced by Japhethites.
Tell it like it is,
Now
Rob.
they're saying I'm a Ninevite.
Right?
They're saying I'm a Persian. But when you look at the table of nations in Genesis, you see that the two black sons of Noah, which we may not get to that today, but we will. Noah had 3 sons.
Right, right.
2 of them was black, 1 of them was white.
Okay, tell it like it is, Rob. So damn, you know.
Amos 9 and verse 7.
Hallelujah.
reads,
Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel, saith Yahweh? Have not I brought up Israel out of the land of Mizraim, and the Philistines from Kephthah, and the Syrians from Ker?
All right, and now this is me talking. I believe this is why you had these people trying to make the Ethiopians be the only Israel that there is.
Uh-huh.
Now, some of them obviously are because they're doing the traditions and customs.
Right, right.
But they want the main Israel, Shemites, to still stay asleep and think, oh, okay. Because for years, they were saying there were no black Shemites.
Right, right.
Now all of a sudden the thing is to push the Falashas and okay, yeah. And this is them. Because they want the rest of Israel to stay asleep and not realize it's actually them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh says, are you not as Haban of the children of the Ethiopians unto me, O band of children of Israel? So the Ethiopians are descendants of Noah's black son Cush.
Okay.
The English word Cush is the Aramaic word Cush. That's Kuwsh, found at Strong's number 3658. It means Ethiopia, the name of a son of Ham, and his territory.
Right, right.
Ethiopia is the English transliteration of the Greek word Ethiopia. That's Aithiopih, which originates from the Greek word Aethiops, which literally means charred or burnt
Praise
face.
somebody, yeah.
That's why Yahweh said, are you not like the children of Ethiopia?
Right.
It literally means charred or burnt face
Okay.
people. And these are Japhethites that said this is what these people look like.
Okay.
The Greek names Ethiopians charred or burnt face people, in other words black.
Uh-huh.
And there was an Ethiopian emperor, Taharka, who ruled ancient Egypt as one of his pharaohs. So when I gave you that that picture last week,
Correct.
and I got it up here.
Right, right.
This Taharka, all you do is search it out on the web, go to the encyclopedia and look it up. This is one of the black pharaohs.
Okay.
Look at the rest of them.
Hallelujah.
There weren't no Caucasians
No,
reigning
no, it wasn't on the scene.
on Pharaoh's throne in Mizraim.
No, it wasn't.
All right? An Ethiopian was one of the black pharaohs that reigned.
That's right.
We go to 2 Kings, the 19th chapter.
Praise the mighty
And
God.
he's in the Bible. So Taharka was the son of Pai, a Nubian king of Napata. Now we understand the Nubians were black folks.
Right.
All right? Who had first conquered Egypt. Taharka was also the cousin and successor of Shebitku. The successful campaigns of Pai and Shabaka paved the way for a prosperous reign by Taharka. Taharka's reign can be dated from 690 BC to 664 BC as a pharaoh. All right, now in the Bible, in 2 Kings, the 19th chapter, scholars have identified Taharka, and again, they were fond of changing their names. Why? Because they're trying to throw you off the scent.
Okay.
They're trying to throw you off the track. And in the Bible, they put it Tirhakah. But originally, it was Taharqa. This is the same one. All right, 2 Kings 19. And let's start at verse 9. So this king
Praise
of Ethiopia
the mighty Yah.
waged war against this other black Assyrian king, Sennacherib. during the reign of King Hezekiah, who was of our people, the Shemite of Judah. 2 Kings 19, let's read verse 9.
Praise Yahweh.
And when he heard say of Tirhakah, king of Ethiopia, behold, he is come out to fight against thee, he sent messengers again unto Hezekiah king, saying,
All right, 10.
Thus shall ye speak to Hezekiah king of Yehuda, saying, let not thy Elohim in whom thou trustest deceive thee, saying, Jerusalem shall not be delivered into the hand of the king of Assyria.
So we're talking about all black folks.
That's
here.
right.
He said, and when he Shamar, Amar, or heard say of Taharka, Melech of Ethiopia, this is talking about the same guy, Taharka.
Right.
Behold, he has come out to fight against thee. He sent messengers again to Hezekiah, and that's the Shemite, our people, saying,
Right.
Thus shall ye, Amar, speak to Hezekiah, Melech, or king of Yehuda, Amar, saying, Let not thy Elohim in whom thou batak, or trusted deceive thee, Amar, saying, Jerusalem shall not be delivered into the hand of Hamelech, or the king of Assyria. So this black king thought he was big and bad. Well, he found out he wasn't. Go to YHWH or Isaiah 37.
Praise the mighty.
So the events in the Bible, I believe, have taken place in 701 BC, and Taharka came to the throne in Mizraim 10 years later as a pharaoh. Isaiah 37. And we're going to start at verse 8.
Praise Yahweh for Hebrew History
Praise
Month.
Yahweh. Isaiah 37. Let's read verse 8, please.
So Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Assyria warring against Libnah, for he had heard that he was departed from Lachish.
Verse 9.
And he heard saying concerning Tirhakah, king of Ethiopia, he is come forth to make war with thee. And when he heard it, he sent messengers to Hezekiah, saying,
Verse 10.
Thus shall you speak to Hezekiah king of Yehuda, saying, Let not thy Elohim in whom thou trustest deceive thee, saying, Jerusalem shall not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria.
But we know King Hezekiah didn't listen, and they were not. This black king was trying to tell him, hey, you know what? We're going to take over Jerusalem.
Okay.
He said, don't be listening to Hezekiah talking about Yahweh going to save you, this, that, and the other, but Yahweh did.
Yes.
All right, let's go to Job, the 30th
Praise
chapter,
the
or
mighty
Job.
Yah.
The Shemite prophet Job said he was black.
Okay.
So remember, Yahshua asked his disciples, said, who are people saying that I am? They said, oh, you Yirmiah, you Yachanan the Baptist, or one of the Nabi or prophets, the Shemite prophets. Well, we want to know what the Shemite prophets look like. We already went down from Shemayim to see what image Adam was made in.
Okay.
We now have scientists agreeing and letting it out of the bag, but see, when people are spiritually dead, you can put stuff right in front of them. They still don't see it.
Right.
But we're supposed to see it.
Yes, we do.
All right, so
Praise
the
be
Shemite
Yahweh.
prophet Job said he was black.
Yes.
So he said Yahshua looked like one of the prophets. Okay, you got two of them that said they were black. Job 30 and verse 30.
Yes.
Job 30 and
Job
30.
30. Mm-hmm.
My
And
skin-
as my first teacher used to say, he remembered this scripture because he thought about the 30-30
That's
Winchester.
it. Yeah. That's
Oh, you
my
just remember
first
that
one.
30-30 Winchester.
And my first one.
Right. Job 30, and let's read verse 36.
My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat.
Yeah.
Now, no matter how hot you get, you don't turn black. Your skin does not turn black. You see them people laying out there on Lake Michigan. Now, they lay out there too long, then they're going to start blistering. They don't turn black, they turn real red.
Okay.
He said, my skin is shakar,
My skin.
black, shakar. That's Shachar, upon me. Found at Strong's number 7835. So you see Yahweh uses even another Hebrew word to talk about being black. It's only used once in the Old Testament in this verse in Job 30:30. Again, it's a primitive root.
Okay.
So you're at the root. This is the foundation. Meaning the idea of darkness at early dawn. To be dim or dark in color.
Okay.
To
Praise
be
Yahweh.
black.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to Ezekiel or Yechezkel, the 8th chapter.
Praise the mighty Yah.
So now the translators did something a little different, and they started using words like amber and beryl, so you wouldn't know they're still talking about black people. The Bible records a heavenly being who is the color of amber. And then it tells you a little later, oh, and he was brass in color too. But see, when you say amber, then people...
Right, right.
Most people don't really know what that means. And then
No,
when you talk
right,
about somebody being a certain color,
Right, right.
and the question is, why does Yahweh keep telling you what color these people are?
Huh.
Is
Wants you to
Yahweh
know.
losing it or something?
Nope.
He wants you to know. He
The
wants his
truth.
people to know.
Praise be to Yahweh.
Ezekiel, the 8th chapter, let's start at verse 1.
Hallelujah.
Ezekiel 8 and verse 1, and it reads, And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, in the 5th Yowm or day of the month, as I sat in mine bayit or house, and the elders of Yehudah sat before me, that the hand of Yahweh Elohim fell there upon me. All right, verse 2.
Hallelujah. Then I beheld, and lo, a likeness as the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his loins even downward, fire, and from his loins even upward as the appearance of brightness, as the color of amber.
All right, so now somebody had some fire, but
Okay.
it looked the color of amber. So then your normal, person doesn't know what color amber is.
No.
The English word amber is the Hebrew word kasmal. That's Chasmal. It's found at Strong's number 2830. It means brass. Again, look behind me.
Okay.
You want to know what color brass
Okay.
is?
Okay.
Brass, made smooth and polished. Bronze. Just look behind me. You want
Right,
to see
right.
bronze?
Praise the mighty Yah.
Or polished metal. Go to Ezekiel, the 40th chapter. So
Hallelujah.
then the Bible records a heavenly being with the appearance of brass. So see, amber kind of threw you off, like, okay, well,
Right.
this person is green or something. No, just go back to the original language. The translator didn't use brass when he...
Father, please take me higher in thinking revelation and spiritual fire.